Tonight, a historic home has been jolted into uncertainty as Barcelona face what may be their most unnerving stadium crisis in years. The City Council has withheld the first occupancy permit for Camp Nou after inspectors and firefighters identified safety deficiencies that, according to those on site, cannot be ignored. The club had hoped to welcome Real Sociedad back to the iconic ground, and officials as well as fans were breathing easier after UEFA and La Liga reportedly gave their approvals. But the last word is with the city, and that word for now is no. Joan Laporta has been frank. The decision rests with municipal authorities, and suddenly a fixture that once seemed certain is teetering on the edge of disruption. With the match scheduled for the evening of the 28th of this month, Barcelona have under a week to either patch the problems, secure a delayed permit, or make the painful decision to move their historic home fixture elsewhere. What exactly went wrong is still being clarified, but the essential picture is stark. Firefighters raised concerns tied to emergency safety, evacuation routes, flame risk mitigation, or related systems, and those concerns carried enough weight to pause the permit process. For a club that has spent years and massive sums refurbishing and rebranding Camp Nou, to have the final administrative green light stalled by safety issues is both a reputational blow and a logistical headache. The practical reality now facing Barcelona is raw and immediate. Can Cruz fix the flag deficiencies in a matter of days? And will the city be satisfied enough to sign off? If not, alternatives exist, but they are far from ideal. The Johan Cruyff Stadium offers proximity and modern facilities, but a much smaller capacity. The Estadi Olympique Louis companies offers size but comes with its own conversion and operational challenges. Either choice would change ticket plans, broadcast setups, and the atmosphere, and would raise thorny questions about fairness, revenue, and the symbolism of playing outside your home. There are cascading effects beyond where the match is played. Supporters who booked travel and tickets are being forced into last-minute decisions. Season ticket holders worry about relocated seats or refunds. Sponsors and broadcasters must rework logistics, and the club's leadership must manage communications to avoid panic. Laporta's comment that the ball is now in the City Council's court is simple but critical. It underscores that despite internal clearances from governing bodies, local authority and on-the-ground safety inspections ultimately determine whether fans can return. That dynamic will be watched closely, not just for this fixture, but for what it says about how infrastructure, regulation and elite sport intersect when deadlines are tight. On the field, there's also a psychological dimension. Barcelona players prepare in the assumption of routine and familiarity. Losing a home advantage at short notice is a disruption that can rattle even experienced squads. For Real Sociedad, who were preparing for a night at the Camp Nou, the change would also force adaptation. The competition calendar, referee assignments and matchday operations all need rapid recalibration if the venue switches. Financially, the club risks lost matchday income if capacity is reduced elsewhere, and repair costs could escalate if emergency fixes are rushed. But safety cannot be compromised. A stadium must be a safe space before it is a spectacle. So where do we watch for the next move? First, the City Council's full report or a public statement should clarify the specific deficiencies and the likely timeline for a resolution. Second, Barcelona's operations and stadium teams will either announce accelerated repairs and a plan to satisfy inspectors, or they will confirm contingency arrangements and ticketing procedures. Third, fans and ticket holders should track official club communications and municipal channels to avoid misinformation and scams. Any sudden venue change will come with official ticketing instructions. The club will also be under pressure to be transparent and prompt. The longer uncertainty drags on, the worse the fallout for public trust. This moment is about more than one match. It is a test of Barcelona's crisis management, municipal governance, and the systems that keep stadiums safe. Whether Camp Nou reopens quickly with repaired systems and a fresh permit, or whether the club is forced to find a temporary home while work continues, the immediate days ahead will determine both a single fixture and how supporters remember this chapter. For now, fans can only watch the clock, less than a week until the scheduled kickoff on the 28th, and wait to see whether Camp Nou's lights will shine as planned or whether history's greatest stadium will be silenced while safety work is completed. The story is still unfolding and every update will matter.